married, but thank God that I did not come into that kind of decision. And then celibacy could be based on religious reasons, personal reasons, spiritual reasons, religious reasons in itself. For example, the Catholic priests are nuns, and then some occults that have monks. I think so. And then maybe some encounters, at least, will be based on the passion for the gospel, or maybe he had an encounter.
Does that mean that if we get married, we don't have passion?
So I'll say
What
that it's
is
based on
reason?
Yes, celibacy.
Celibacy.
Hmm.
Well, it's a good thing, but I won't because you are doing it the right time, the
within
right way, the
years.
biblical way, and the legal way. So if I can be having that fun and the right time and still be pure, it makes sense. Or don't you think so? Like you said, being used by
You want to be celibate, you have it.
follow that path, eventually still fall into the sin of what they were presenting themselves from,
And there's some
and then it became worse. Why didn't you just get married and have your fun than keeping yourself and then messing up things the more? I am not, pointing
Okay, so
fingers.
sorry
Yes,
to cut you. Then let's in this context use sexual abstinence.
abstinence. Okay, not
Celibacy.
marriage. Okay,
Yes.
sexual abstinence.
So
Sexual abstinence. Oh, very good.
Shaba, what's the difference between sexual abstinence and celibacy?
Okay, like what he said, celibacy is like even to a point where you say you don't want to get married and you not have sex till the person dies or sees Christ in glory. Now, sexual abstinence is just you saying you want to stay away from sex for a while. Not that you will never have sex. For a while, that I mean is before marriage. I say, no, I want to keep myself till after marriage. I cannot finish. God has created this body in a way why are we talking about this sexual purity? Because there is something that God has put in us that will always want to make you desire the opposite sex. Yes. It is nature. It is natural. And there's nothing anybody can. Well, for Apostle Paul, thank God, God helped him. He really, I don't know how he did it, that area of his life just died, and he didn't, get married. However, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. What is your vessel? Our bodies. Now, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God, that no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because that the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. For God had not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness. And remember, God said, be ye holy, for I am holy. Let me tell you something. You know the reason why those monks and those cult people will say they are doing celibacy or they are abstaining from sex is because so those that are married and are having sex, are they not spiritually?
I'm just being patient, like seriously.
Well, let me quickly answer you. Even in marriage, there are times that you want to go on a kind of fast, and the fast will include not only abstinence from food, but you stay away from sex also. It doesn't mean that when you have not attained the spiritual heights you are longing to attain by abstaining from sex, you now go back to your wife. You will not come down. You'll still be at that place. Because it is also the will of God for you to be married. It's the will of God for you to have sex with your wife, with your husband. You understand? It doesn't mean that you come down. But where the comparison should come is you look at the life of somebody committing fornication and the life of a person that is not committing fornication. There will always be a difference. Why do you think God chose Mary to use her to bring Jesus into the world? I used to say something.
Father Abraham. I've been
Heavenly sons.
now,
Wait, that song is about we the spiritual children, though.
so maybe we can actually be fruitful. That means they can actually be fruitful.
There are some people in the convents, I mean, no, I'm not judging anybody, I mean no harm, but there have been issues like that where, a father is doing something with a sister or a nun and all that. Why start it if you can't finish it? You see some people, they say, they used to live a life of fornication because they want to live the life of fornication. They now go and join Coventry. What you should do is, first of all, give your life to Christ genuinely and focus, like the Bible says, that we should put our minds on things above. Do you understand? So if you can, it feels like I'm jumping the gun because really, these are the things that will help, but because of time, there's no way we'll not probably even jump the gun. This topic is very broad, but technical issues don't allow us to start for exactly.
Control themselves to not want to give in. What can you say about that now?
Okay. First and foremost, like I said before, that you can decide to be morally clean even if you are not a born again Christian. You understand? You're the only one that cannot deceive yourself. It's only when you want to